Hello everybody and welcome back. The live stream is about to begin momentarily, and soon I'll start answering all of your questions about VR. I've had my VR YouTube channel up for over 5 years now, and for the past 2, VR has become my full-time gig. I'm experiencing new virtual reality games every single day, and I of course love checking out the latest hardware. So if you have any questions at all about this industry, stay tuned and I promise I'll give you some answers. As a reminder, if you have a direct question for me, please use @Mateo311 down in the chat when asking. And if you want to help support this channel, go click the thumbs up right now. Now the stream will be starting soon, but in the meantime, enjoy the montage.
We gotta figure out their plans. I can see them.
This world is not ready for peace.
Ready? Take 12. Action!
Now his chaos reigns.
The universe demands a guardian. And with each possession, you will grow stronger.
Oh, you guys have been watching that intro for long enough. What's up? What's going on, everybody? So last week I wore these glasses and everyone was like, oh, we got a cool guy here. We got a cool guy here with tissues. This is snot tissue before any weird comments. My nose is crazy again whenever the seasons change. Anyway, hey, what's up? So you guys call me a cool guy wearing these, so I'm going to wear them. And this shirt, every time I wear this shirt in public, people ask about it. So I'm going to wear it forever. Hey, Raffle Sauce. What's up, man? It's been a long time, dude. We haven't played anything in a long time. What's up? Sus. I'm sus. So let's say hello to the people who are here. Super. Libra, what's up, man? Arlen, what's going on? Good to see you guys again. Kill Delta. Again, I like when people, I start recognizing the name. It's awesome. Mark Poppin. Zeno, Basic Guy. What's up, man? What do you go with Basic Guy? It's not for, I mean, unforgettable, but not forget. I don't know. Anyway, Promer, a bad username choice. That is a bad username choice. Fan, the names are throwing me off today, guys. Black Market Honey, I remember that one. And Florian, what up, dude? What's going on, guys? So if it's your first time here, for many of you, I know it's not. I just come on, talk about VR, full-time VR content creator, and now a game designer too. That's weird. But yep, we could talk about that. We could talk about the most popular games. Just put out a video on the biggest surprises of the year. So I guess we'll start there. But again, if you guys have any direct questions for me, just do @Mateo311. A lot of times the chat gets super fast, and that's how I address your questions. So, dude, your D&D advice about a month ago was spot on, and it's awesome. I don't know what my advice was, but that sounds like me. It sounds like I would give spot on advice. That sounds about right. Yeah, so fire off your biggest surprises of 2025. And then fire off your questions too. Joshua, what's up, man? Is that Siegfried Girding? Is that how that's pronounced? I didn't say hello to you. What up? Your thoughts on the PC update of Hitman? Fantastic. I haven't tried it yet. Absolutely fantastic, but I haven't tried it yet. Like, everyone wanted the PC version updated. The PC version needed to be updated. If it's near the PlayStation VR2 version or better, then that's fantastic. Good news. Just like Microsoft Flight Simulator coming over from just, PCVR and making its way onto PlayStation VR2. That's cool too, because there's a lot of people who like that type of game, but really struggle to get it running right on PC for PCVR. So maybe this will be a really good port, give more people access to a really great looking game. Not everybody's style, could be a little boring, but it's gorgeous. Let's see. Are you excited for Into the Radius 2.1.0? Of course. I mean, so my issue though with Into the Radius, I tried the first one really early in development and that kind of turned me off. And people kept saying it's good, it's good, it's good. And I just waited till the game was fully out then. Because like, I don't want to be turned off by a bad first impression. I think now I'd be able to handle it a little bit better. Like, oh, your game's beta. Okay, there's an issue here, there, whatever. Then I could be more forgiving now because I have a better understanding. But I think years ago, yeah, that stuff turned me off a lot more. Did you use AI for the thumbnail? This thumbnail? I don't believe so. Not my typical thumbnail guy, but another guy who works for me for some video work. He's like, oh, I just want to try this thumbnail for you. And I'm like, okay. And, then he gave me the thumbnail and I'm like, yeah, I'll fire it up for the live stream. See what people think. What was your favorite year for VR? That's a pretty good one. Like 2019, 2020 are fantastic because you got the Index, you got Boneworks, you got Asgard's Wrath, I think is around that time. Boneworks, I think, was right at the end of 2019. You got Boneworks, you got Half-Life Alyx, you got the Index, you got a lot going on. So 2019, I'll say. Let's see. Raffle, where's the Deckard? So it looks like it's gonna have decent support, like third-party developer support at release. I can't say anything regarding dates because I don't know anything. But what I'm hearing and seeing is that it should launch with some really good like third-party support and probably one of those things like Steam Deck verified. So it'll be like Steam Frame verified. I can't think of any surprises, but I'm curious if there are any more mixed reality board games on the horizon on par with Demio level mixed reality board game play. Well, I mean, there are new ones about to drop. Battlemarked is coming this year. Battlemarked, that's Dungeons and Dragons meets Demio. That's dropping later this year, so it's going to be at least on par with Demio with a full single player campaign. I am so pumped. I've actually signed up to go to PAX Unplugged. That's the board game, because I saw Resolution is on the roster, and I don't know what they're showing off, but I know they're going. And it's about 3-hour drive for me. So I'm going just because I know Resolution will be there. Let's see. What early access game has the most potential? Probably Battlefront. No, Forefront. Battlefront. Mixing up Flat and VR. And so yeah, Forefront. That probably has that, and Into the Radius 2 are probably the most promising betas right now. There's some cool other like smaller cute projects that are beta. One's not really announced yet, so I think they have some potential. Arcanage on PlayStation VR2 was a highlight of the year for sure. That's how we started the year. I played it on PlayStation VR2 also and was very impressed. Do I think Half-Life 3 will be launched with the Deckard Steam Frame? I don't know, man. Valve does Valve. They'll make the right decision or what they think is right. A Neon Squad Tactics is similar to Demio, but not as good. So Neon Squad Tactics, I'm pretty sure this is the game I'm thinking of. That one upset me because that's from the same studio that did Tales of the Crooked Crown, which is a really cool board game, but that's single player. It's a story board game. It's done really well. Feels like your own little personal D&D session with a narrator talking to you. It's a parrot narrator or some type of bird. Really cool. But I think they did, the Neon game was their second title, Neon Squad Tactics, and I just was not feeling it. So I was disappointed. I hope I'm not mixing it up with a different game. Someone double check me. Eldrimore definitely has potential, for sure. Definitely. I keep shaking the light. I hope it's not casting shadows. My foot is on it. So yeah, that definitely has potential. I feel like I started answering a question and didn't answer. Half-Life 3. Half-Life 3. What do you think? I don't know. They might never announce Half-Life 3. I'm not going to go anywhere Half-Life 3. You know that? Let's skip that. Ninja Guy, what's up, man? Radio Run, what's up? I said hello to you already, but Ninja Guy coming in. What's going on, man? How you been? I keep seeing your shorts lately. They keep popping up on my feed. World War Z was good too. I enjoyed World War Z. A lot of people were like, it wasn't that good. Any predictions or hopes you wish to see in Arkham Shadow sequel? I want them to break the mold a little bit. So this was a great Arkham game. It fits right into the series. It feels just like the flat games. Camouflage always doesn't go too crazy on the story. Like their storylines are almost a little cliche. Like the same thing with Iron Man. You kind of knew who the bad guy was 5 seconds in. I think they tried to go with a little bit more twisty in Batman, but I think I'd like to see a little bit better story, and I want them to do something unique. Like they did a great job of recapturing the flat game. Now do a unique VR element. Something we really haven't seen before. I don't know about driving the Batmobile. That sounds super uncomfortable. Maybe like a bat wing that flies, kind of like the recent game Quantum Void. Something like that could be really cool. I don't know, but just go into new territory. Because when I met Camouflage at Meta Studios, I asked them, are there any new gadgets we haven't seen before? And they said no. And I was so disappointed. I was like, but every Batman game has a new gadget. And they're like, oh, well, this is so close to Arkham Origins, and we brought back those gadgets. And I'm like, yeah, but we need something new. Like, I don't know, the Bat Whip just for VR. I don't know. Not serious on that one. Open world Batman would be nice. Yeah, that'd be cool. So Zix, Raffle, Zix is pretty damn cool. It has really great movement mechanics and really cool combat mechanics. Like you just like put your hand like this and click and your finger gun appears and you start blasting people, and like you turn your wrist this way and click, you make a shield, make a bomb. So it's got really cool mechanics. You could like pull yourself through the world and jump really high and bounce off walls. The combat is fun for sure because you're like moving around like a maniac, but it's probably not as strategic or refined as some people might want. But I don't know. I didn't make it super far into the game, so maybe it gets crazy. Let's see. Were you aware that if your Instagram is connected to your Meta VR account and you get banned on Instagram, they also ban your VR account and all your games? I wasn't aware, but I assumed if you merge the accounts that, yes, they're going to apply the standard to all the accounts. Dungeon of Eternity is fantastic. FMO Gaming, what up, man? What up? I'm going to get Big Dog on the glasses. Big Dog. That'd be sweet. I think I'm going to wear the glasses every stream from now on. Can you read my screen? You probably see something going on, though. Perhaps they could have a mode where we can fight all Batman rogues gallery. I mean, that's always cool. Kind of like you're saying, like a boss fight mode, like Behemoth did recently. What did I think of the August VR Games showcase? Now, sadly, Basic, the fact that like nothing immediately comes to mind is a little sad. So I can't say it blew me away because immediately I don't remember anything from it, but I think it was all like business as usual, kind of knew everything that was coming. Greetings from Canada in Hawaii. Wait, so I'm going to assume, Trevor, you're the Canadian and you're in Hawaii. Not like there's a place in Canada called Hawaii. That's what I'm going with. Bro, you hungover? No, I have a little raspy throat today. The glasses are just to be cool. They're not like crystal lights bothering me or anything. They're just to be cool. My throat and like I'm a little nasally from allergies whenever the seasons start to change. It happens to me. So we've been getting like rain. We haven't had rain in a while. So it's just like a little swampy outside. Yeah, it's just messing with me. Hell yeah, I look cool, KC. Yeah, so we talking the VR game showcase? Because now we have the other. Then there's two the Upload VR and the VR game showcase. The VR game showcase. Now I could say, like, why I don't remember anything else is because I was prepping for our announcement. So at the last VR game showcase, we announced the studio I work for now, Noetic Realms, and we announced the ARPG we're working on. So that would be the major reason why I don't remember anything else. Like my brain was just, got to get this video together, got to get this up. Oh my God, what's the community reaction going to be? Stuff like that. Is that your favorite shirt? No, but I swear I'm going to wear it every Friday from now on, because anytime I wear it in public, people just comment. And then I start conversations. I was talking to a girl on Verizon today. She looked about, I don't know, mid-20s, a little bit before 30. I don't know, she looked pretty young. And she was like, oh, you play that? You like that? She's like, oh, I only have a Quest 2, but I played all the flat games. And she knew her crap. Not to say girls can't like Batman. But yeah, I was surprised. So I'll start, can we get an eye reveal? Hey. Those are my eyes. People have seen them a million times before. Is that your first time here? Sean, is it your first time here? Wish casting. Speaking of mechanic, imagine if XR wristbands could be used interchangeably with XR controllers. You'd be casting spells with your hands and controllers for your weapons. Yeah, that would be pretty cool. Right now, like, the Quest is way better than it used to be, but it still suffers when you like put the controllers down. Like if I put the controllers down on my couch and I'm sitting on my couch, that's enough butt movement to like make the Quest think I want to use my controllers. Or a lot of times when I put the controllers down, it doesn't register. So I'm sitting there going, where are my hands? I found a little tip for you guys. I found, at least with the 3, I don't know about the 3S. 3S does operate slightly different sometimes. But I noticed with my 3, if I shut the power off and turn it right back on, hand tracking goes on instantly. So, little tip for you guys. So, yes, if it knew you're wearing the wristband and kind of let you switch back and forth quicker, it would be amazing. It would just have to know, all it needs to know is the controller's not in your hand. That's it. That's all it really needs to know, is the controller's not in your hand. Otherwise, you know, it's tracking those motions. I'm definitely excited for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Who's coming with me? We'll definitely do that for game night. I want to do Titan Isles for the next game night because I'm looking to get keys. Because that game is awesome and it's got a lot of strategy to it, and my phone is really loud right now. Okay. Where exactly is the Verizon store? Asking for a friend. I think there's about 4,000 of them in the United States. So pick one. Started playing Swarm because it's Spider-Man with guns, according to the video for it. Yeah, they quoted me as saying Spider-Man with guns, and I've definitely said that. I think a lot of people have said it's like that though too. So I don't know if I'm the first one to ever say that. I think they just quoted me for it. But I worked with Green Sky Games on like the promotion for that. They took the quote from me before that though. And it was a really cool game. For some reason, Swarm 2 just didn't suck you in the same way as 1 did. But man, that was a great game. Do you think Meta will ever release the PCVR cloud gaming service? Yeah. Yeah, but I talk about it probably every stream that we are like in the US, we're barely ready for game streaming across the US, like regular game streaming or even mobile game streaming. Like we barely can support that. Internet speeds suck throughout much of the country. We would need data centers very closer than traditional data centers for mobile for streamed gaming because of latency issues. Might not sound like much, but if you go from like East Coast to West Coast, the shortest distance, you're still looking at like 70 milliseconds or something. That is enough to make you very nauseous in VR. So we would need a lot more data centers, a lot, more locally, high bandwidth. It'll happen, just when. I guess when we start, when it'll become common, we could probably put this to bed. It'll become common when you start getting diminishing returns from using hardware at home. So what that means is when you'd have to pay so much more to get a little bit better experience at home. When the streaming experience gets so close that it's like, Like, I'll give you an example. The convenience of Lighthouses sucks. Lighthouses I'm limited to using VR in one room. I gotta have these lighthouses up. They're plugged in. There's wires. There's all that. But they're more precise. Diminishing returns. The Quest track's good enough. That's what it is. It's like that. So in the beginning, it was like, no, it's got to be Lighthouse, It's so much better. It's so much better. Now it's not. Now it's just not. Now there's more pros on the other side to Inside Out. I hope that ramble answered your questions or question. What's the hardest VR game you've played? So I've talked about this game 100 times. Silicon Rising back in the day was a bullet hell shooter with amazing graphics. They changed the game over time based on feedback, but its original mode was a node-based bullet hell. And when they first released it in beta, it was made insanely hard. Like, one, there was no saving. The main level would probably take you 40 minutes if you were good. So if you died within 40 minutes, you're starting over. So that's just, you couldn't die for 40 minutes. I would also be pretty sweaty and tired because node-based shooter, so you're constantly ducking behind imaginary walls and stuff. Yeah, it was just brutal, like brutally unforgiving. It's a different game. It was eventually a completely different game, but in the beginning, it was easily one of the hottest VR games I ever played. Yeah, let's go. Let's sound off with some more stuff. First off, for those of you who did not tell me what your most exciting game of 2025 has been, do that in the chat now. I want to hear from you guys. What has been your favorite game? Then let's go after that. Say my scariest game was whatever it was. Madison is probably one of the scariest games I've ever played. But I'm desensitized more now. Phasmophobia was fantastic. I remember being like, now if I go in the Phasmo, unless it's like some of the later stages, I'm pretty much numb to it. But oh my God, I was peeing myself in that. Can Blade and Sorcery be played seated? It sure can. I mean, you definitely don't want a seat that has arms because it's going to mess with your ability. But yeah, it can definitely be played seated. Reach looks awesome. Reach looks like it's going to be good. Big swing from End Dreams. I swear to God, I was dreaming about Reach last night. I'm not making that up. So have you ever tried building or using any DIY open source VR headsets? No, that's if I was a young man, maybe I'd have time for that, but nah. So by far, Dungeons of Eternity for co-op. It has been awesome this year. I can't believe it originally came out almost 2 years ago. That's nuts. I remember jumping in with Soul Fox right away because that's our style of game. We used to play a lot of Legendary Tales together. So it's like we jumped in, we loved it, and I played for a while, and then, eventually I had to move on to something else. But been back in it every week or multiple times a week lately. So of Lies and Rain, I'm going to give it some time. I'm pretty sure it's a beta release. I was playing on the Quest because I was away when it came out, and it was chugging a bit, and I was like, all right, it's beta. I'm also recording, so I'll give it the benefit of the doubt. I'll let it mature a little bit. I'll come back later and see if I have the same experience. Because it's weird. Some games can run like absolute dog shit, but I don't lose interest in them. I don't lose immersion because they're just like super fun and active or something. And other games that are like taking the world more serious, you're creeping around corners, like any little stutter or glitch there kind of ruins the experience for me. It's like sitting back watching a horror movie and right before the jump scare, someone hits pause and then you go, what? And then someone unpauses it. That would ruin the movie. But if you're watching a comedy, it doesn't have the same impact. Trevor, Arcanage on Quest, I'm fully confident in. I talk to the main developer there every once in a while via email. He's a good dude. The Midnight Walk, I didn't get into pools. Elements Divided, I tried. I don't know. Ghost Town loved, but Arcanage for sure, yeah. And Into Black is really good. Midnight Walk, though, I just did not expect to enjoy it as much as I did. I'm not young anymore. I'm not 30, and I'm in my 40s. So lately, I'm finally still I've joked around like I'm old for a while, but lately for the first time in my life, I'm actually starting to feel old and limited. Because you're like, no, I don't think I'm going to go on that trampoline with my kid, even though my kid wants me to. I might die. No, I might be permanently different and never recover if I get on a trampoline. That's the decisions you start making. And that's when you go, oh yeah, that's because your body's old. My brain still thinks I'm a teenager. What VR game genre are you working on, and what platforms do you think it'll be on? So we're working on an action RPG title. We showed off a bit of it. And oh yeah, I got a samurai nesting doll. So if you guys don't know, I always kind of rotate my little, someone called them chichingas. So anytime I get something pretty cool, but yeah, it is a samurai jack nesting doll. I don't know what this is from though. So, and this is, I believe it's the Aurora, is it? I know it's from Ghost Signal. I forget the name of the ship. It doesn't say. Ghost Signal was awesome. Now this is Scar from Battlestar Galactica, which is the best sci-fi series ever made. Not the original, not the 1970s one, the 2005 Battlestar Galactica, starring Edward James Olmos. Okay? So say we all. One of the best sci-fi series ever made, and this is Scar. He's a spaceship, but they're like dogs. He's got a memory, and they come back to life. So if you kill them, they come back with all their experience. But I think they stop coming back to life, and this one is a rabid dog. And here's my dude from Among Us. That's right. So say we all. I would love to have a Battlestar Galactica anything. My 30th birthday, my wife got me Battlestar Galactica cupcakes. It was awesome. I say I'm not, I say I am not, or you not old until I am 70 or 80. Whatever, Corey, I'm old as dirt. A Battlestar Galactica game, how would that go? Are we in the trenches fighting Cylons? Or are we controlling a ship? I don't think you can do it like Bridge Crew. I don't think that would work right. No, you got to go like the Squadrons route. Starfighter, those banging drums. What is the composer's name? Oh my god. Bear? What is his name? Why would I know it? I just remember cuz like it was big on like rock and drums in space, more like heavy drums in space. And then I think he went on to do The Walking Dead. And anyway, this is my brain being my brain. When you've watched the series so many times, you start noticing things like the names of episodes and special guest star and all that nonsense. My kid gets out of school soon, but I sent her a message that said, hey, I'm streaming, walk home. Let's see how that goes. Okay. Yeah, Bear. Okay, there it is. Yeah. Thank you. My role. Mural. I'm a dumbass. Okay. Yes. Thank you. All right. You can stay. You're my new favorite. Sorry, guys. So, besides Reach, what else are we excited for? Zero Caliber 2 was really solid when it came out on Quest. The only thing is it had areas of performance issues. It's probably really awesome on PC. I just really didn't jump into it. I am looking forward to Thief also. The last Thief wasn't great. Hopefully this one will, wipe that one from my memory. I remember waiting for it, being excited, and then like right before it launched at a discount, and I went, uh-oh. So, I mean, diet and exercise can only help, man. They can only good do. Okay? No diet, exercise, bad can do. Not good. Now, diet and exercise obviously important. I'm a little out of shape right now. I'm kind of fat. I got to drop 20 pounds to feel better about myself. But I'm about to I take a lot of blood tests because I have a genetic disorder. So I'm going to take a blood test next week, see how much damage I did over the summer, enjoying myself. You guys, I post some stuff on Instagram, so you see me like cooking off steaks and stuff and smoking ribs. But we'll see how much damage I did to myself. I don't really drink anymore. I mean, I know I posted a story not too long ago, like a month ago, that I drank myself into a concussion. But that's like one half a joke into a rare event. I barely ever drink. Just doesn't agree with me anymore. Looking forward to Deadpool 2. Not Deadpool number 2, but Deadpool also. That I think that's going to be a very solid game. I don't think it's going to go out on any like wild extreme limbs or do anything we've never seen before. But I think it's going to be a high budget, lengthy, very fun experience. Ready or Not port. Yes, that's exciting. Ace Thunder. We just saw a little bit more of, I don't know if you guys saw it, but there was a little bit more. Everyone's always asking for it. The contracts. Gunman contracts. That one, there was just a little bit of gameplay showed off, so that looks really good still. There's a lot going on. I mean, I'm super excited for Battle Mock. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is going to be excited. Deadpool. There's still a bunch of things. And like, I just got the demo for Battlefront. Battle Group VR2. I got to jump into that. I love the original. It's a real-time strategy space game, so. You don't stop playing because you get old. You grow old because you stop playing. I mean, I think it's kind of like a snake eating its own tail type of thing. Like so as you're old and tired, you do less of those things because you're tired and have more obligations. But as you do them less, you get less used to doing fun, energetic, young things. So they become harder. So it's from both sides. Have you played No Man's Sky? Not recently. I haven't played it in quite some time. I mean, I think it is possible to make a game with infinite game mechanics on Quest 3 with lower graphic. I mean, You could actually still do a lot on the Quest 3. You know, the things where it cuts into when you push the physics too hard, when you push the graphics too hard. You know, because texture resolution, you run out of RAM. The physics, CPU can't keep up. The GPU can't do a lot of post-processing effects like lighting and cool stuff like that. But there's a lot that you can do. There's a lot that you can. Wait, is this Bruce Wayne? No, Bruce Wayne is over 5'7", buddy. I'm sure he is. Maybe it's Logan, all right? The hairiness. You see claws come out. What's up, brother? What's up, cadet? How we living, man? We are here just chilling, talking about VR, talking about the game I'm working on, talking about what we're excited for. But it's Friday, man, so I'm tired, and I'm expecting my kid to call me and say, "Come pick me up." But it's like beautiful out today, so I told her I has to walk home. I'm at that point in life where I'm like, I gotta start thinking about investments. This VR thing's not gonna cut it for life. F1 races are short? No. Okay. I could be that or a jockey or Tom Cruise. What game are you most excited for? I mean, we're kind of going in circles on this. Probably Reach. Everything End Dreams made except for Stealth Canoe, I loved. And, Stealth Canoe, I'm sure you guys know what game I'm talking about. Covert Ops. That one just wasn't for me. And I'm not a big seated VR type of guy. Thought the storyline was kind of cool, but I found the gameplay dull. But then when you get into Fract and Synapse, I was sucked in, loved it. No, our game will not be a fantasy RPG. It will be an action RPG. It looks like the next devlog, we're going to be doing a lore and story reveal. Not sure yet, but it looks like that's the stuff we'll talk about next, because that's what most people want to hear about. So we'll do a lore and story reveal, probably in the next devlog. Hopefully be able to show off just like some concept art or something. I don't want a World War II game. I want Titanfall. Asgard's Wrath 3. Oh my God. I don't know if my soul can handle it. Like, some days I'm like, oh, I'm bored. I have nothing to do. And I'm just like, and like, I end up like, I don't know, watching a new TV show or something decent, like not a full waste of time. But then the second I have no free time and I'm like, oh, I wish I had free time. I want to go back to Asgard's Wrath 2 and try this. I want to jump into more dungeons in Dungeon Eternity. Zix is really cool. I lost my progression because I was on the beta build. I got to get back into that. And then like my brain is scrambled because there's like 17,000 games I want to play. I need someone here with me to just be, why is that so loud? Didn't I lower my phone? Didn't you watch me lower my phone? So like I need someone here like with me to be like a battle buddy and be like, hey, Mateo, right now we should play some because you have free time. I'd be like, bro, great idea. You haven't seen a trailer for Reach? Then what are you even doing with your life? So I wouldn't say no one's covering the exfil update. So like, Cammy, I covered the exfil update when it was announced, and now it's out. So it's like, I think the people who wanted to know about it already know about it. But regardless, I'll mention it again in Monday's news. Behemoth was best of 2024. Behemoth frustrates me. And I'm with you. Iron Rebellion is fantastic. I wouldn't say it's the only seated game, but you could play it standing too. But I mean, like, it's fine seated, and I think I also really like Metal Hellsinger. I like that seated. What else did I play seated recently that I was like, oh, this is good? I've played a lot of Banners and Bastions and Besiege and stuff like that. You don't need to move around for those. So like, yeah, I'm with you on the boss fights are guided. It's a hard balance. You want to make an epic scene that's scripted, but then when you're in VR, you expect freedom. It's a weird combination. The one thing I will say is, in regards to the game I'm working on, we're trying to keep it as free as possible for you guys in combat. Right now, it's as free as can be, and I don't see any reason why to really get locked down ever. I know some people complained about Batman, that Batman didn't have full freedom in how you fight. And some people were like, oh, no way, Batman's too fast. Like, if you just started swinging punches like a madman, the game would tell you too fast. So, and people are like, no, Batman's super fast. He should be able to punch as fast as he wants. But, like, I got what they were going for, and I appreciated it. It was a great emulation of the flat game. But some people, no, they want physics. They want, and I when we're talking about VR, I'm with you. That's good. Listen, I'm glad you enjoyed Behemoth. I'm glad it's a high budget game and it deserves a lot of credit in many ways. I'm going to talk to my daughter. Let's see how this goes. Was that entertaining, guys? I didn't look. It was my wife. I thought it was my kid asking to be picked up. It was my wife. I should have put it on speakerphone. Was that really entertaining? I should have did my hold screen. It's actually be right back screen is entertaining. I really should have switched. Was that, I don't know. He's VR talking to his daughter. I was telepathically. No, it's my wife. I wasn't paying attention, assumed it was my daughter, and just hit pick up. And then just went into conversation mode. But man, I missed an opportunity for that really, really good BRB screen. You'll be my consciousness for $1,500 a week. You ain't worth it, bro. More bosses. God, I mean, Behemoth was a massive, massive undertaking. A giant project. And just to be like, oh, needs more bosses. I'm sure someone at Skydance just cried. They're in the corner right now, just huddled up. I don't know. I feel for these developers so much more now. Who is speaking with the CIA? No, I'm actually the Russian spy. Duh. Yes. Yes. My infiltration of American culture is successful. Duh. We have them now. I have the whole VR community of 12 people watching me. How come Jet Island didn't make the top 100 video? It's legendary fun. I have discussed that game many times, and I just can't get into it. I know so many people praise it. It's kind of just like H3. I put a few hours into both those games, and I'm just not feeling it. I want more story VR games. So, like, the problem with story is people aren't willing to pay for it. It's hard. You need really good voice acting. You need really good animations for it to be convincing. Generally, you need motion capture. So then you usually end up personifying something. Like there's a robot that you make, human emotion for, or a mouse like Moss and Lone Echo. And so like there's a lot of things like that. Those are very hard. And there's a ton of people out there who just go, oh, it's cutscene, skip, 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 skip. I just want to play. And so it's like, it costs so much and it's so much work, and a lot of people don't appreciate it. Yeah, everyone wants that seamlessly endless open world. And I do enjoy those games, and some of them have been extremely impressive. I put a ton of hours into both Path of Exile 2 and Helldivers 2, so I get the appeal. There's something there, but crafting out a deep, unforgettable storyline is really hard. Not a lot of people have the skill to do it. Then, even if they have the storyline, they don't have the skill and or the money to, just put it into a really good, like, cinematic way. Remember, you're dealing with things differently in VR. It's one thing to have a cinematographer come in and say, okay, we're going to deliver this line from this angle. We're going to deliver this line. That's a lot more like you see in these AAA games now, the high quality AAA games where they're motion capped and they're filmed like a movie and shot like a movie. But in VR, you can't really move the camera unless you want puke everywhere. So there's only like these small instances where you can move the camera, or these like I Expected to Die 1, 2, and 3 opens up with the kind of like you're going straight through a tunnel and things happen around you. And Asgard's Wrath did that also, and it feels really good in VR. And I think that's about the most amount of motion that you can do in a type of cutscene without pushing people too far, without saying, hey, please strap in and have VR legs before you play this experience. So that limits also what you can do. And how do you control where the player is looking? It's tough. So people just don't put the money into it, and I don't blame them. Difference between Quest and PCVR graphics. I'll be honest with you, Oni, I don't think I jumped into the PC version. I think I only played on Quest. Sorry, dude. I wish I could give you more. Batman had some cutscenes. So Batman handled the first cutscene in a similar manner. You're just on rails going forward over the city. And then the rest of the cutscenes, you feel like you're aerial looking down on people. It was very good usage, and it was unique, and it felt and looked good. But it was still like a one angle. So things needed to be set for that one single angle. So you have to consider that in any scene you shoot. I do think devs are far behind in what's trending on PC. Like, you have simulation games popular in the last 2 years, like Schedule One, which would find it in VR but nothing, which could fit in VR but nothing. I think that, like, weren't there like some clones or at least a mod? But are you interested in trying Dreams of Another? Of course I am. Anything that looks that unique and cool. I kind of feel like I'm stuck on an OnlyFans page here, guys. Like, if you could only see just a little bit more with my hairy ass leg and my shorts dipping down. Let's do this. How's that? All right. OnlyFans closed for business. Unless you guys are going to pay money for the knee, because we could open the shop right back up. Would you play a story mode game with no cutscene? Of course I would. So Half-Life Alyx, Half-Life Alyx has cutscenes, but like the original Half-Life and the Half-Life series itself has always done environmental storytelling. And I think that's what you need to lean in more in VR. If you just tell someone sit around this room and like listen to this guy talk, well, it's not a good experience in VR. Like, it's a lot harder to, I don't know, for some reason in VR you want to go. So when they lock you in place and say stand right here while I narrate at you, it doesn't work in VR. You need a couple things going on. You need player controlling something, making some decision. I don't know why. Maybe because you're not on the couch sitting back watching your TV like you do with a console. I couldn't say. But there's way more go, and that type of old school storytelling doesn't work. So and even though Half-Life is old school, Half-Life did a lot of environmental storytelling. They never took the camera away from you when you played through those games on flat screen. The camera was always, your head control. Maybe there's like one or two slight moments. I know you get captured at one point in the game. But you have that, and then like they tell the story by you hearing people in the background and this going on, and it's like, oh, help me open this. We were turning on the generator, and then a portal opened and exploded, and now there's creatures. So help me get out of here. So it's like kind of like it feels a little bit more natural, and I think that's what we need in VR. Showing some skin, and then my wife comes down. She would just be like, "You're an idiot." Boo! I'm out. VR Ninja, you were liking the knee. Oh my god, when games forget to put the respawn after like a cutscene, that is the worst. That used to be the bane of my childhood. Thanks for cluing me into Ghost Signal. What a great game, right, man? What a great game. I mean, that's the type of game that, like, should be on a Quest starter pack. Like that, Moss, Demio, Walkabout Mini Golf, probably Blade and Sorcery, and then Beat Saber. Like that's probably, maybe throw in Space Pirate Trainer, Vader Immortal. And that's like your ultimate starter pack. Then you could upgrade to like Batman and Asgard's Wrath. The day I got Ghost Signal, I played for like 5 hours straight. Like I drained my Quest, I drained my battery. I went and I switched out my battery and like jumped back in. It was wild. I want Valve to work with Flat the VR Studios and officially put Half-Life 2 to VR. I mean, it's pretty damn close right now. It's a one-click install on Steam. So that's about as good as it gets. Ghost Signal is a roguelike. Yes, it is. So being held in place in VR by a conversation feels adjacent to mild claustrophobia. Yes. With a touch of having to listen to someone in real life. Yeah, I mean, how did Ghost Town do it so effectively? Like, man, I know they'd be like, hey, stay in the zone, look this way. But maybe that's just because it was just so well done. I have tried Townsman VR. I wouldn't say I've tried it enough to recommend it, but I thought graphically it was really good. It was ahead of its time. It was like one of the first games to be Quest 3 only. I played it on PC though, and I was impressed. It's very solid. I don't know if I wanted to play that type of game in VR, even though it seems like it'd be the perfect way to play those type of games, like those God games. Or maybe it was just back when I played it, it's just what I wasn't looking. It's not what I was looking for at the time. But I remember liking it, just not like getting hooked. CD Projekt Red Ed in full VR support. That would be insane. Like that would be, because I don't recommend the mod to most people because the cutscenes are horrendous. The cutscenes are like cover one eye and hope you make it through type of deal. It gets really bad in some of the cutscenes. What VR game is closest to a Souls game? What is it? Grim Lord? Oh my god, my brain. Grim Lord. I was right. Grimlord is basically your VR Souls game. It's got physical combat. It's pretty badass. surprised it didn't catch on more. I feel like something weird happened in VR. So, I mean, most people know this. So, we went to a lot of free to play and a lot more kids. I think the OG VR gamers just kind of got sick of waiting for the bigger titles that they wanted, the more mature themed titles, the bigger titles. And then when they finally got here, like they were done. Like they just gave up. And I mean, PCVR has fizzled. I would say it's, not fizzled out. And if anything, in the last year, there's been a little resurgence, a little growth. But yeah, people weren't around to like rally the sport. Like the first time we got a serious mature theme type of game, we got Boneworks, and people went berserk for that game. Yeah, take a look at Grimlord. That game exhausted me. All right, this is going to be the kiddo. Hey, kiddo, you're on the internet.
What?
You're on the internet.
I know.
No, I'm live streaming. What's up?
So, I have a question. So technically, Sarah's mom said she can come over either today or next Friday.
You're coming here now? You're coming here now? Go ahead. I'll see you soon. Love you too. Bye. I'm dad of the year. I said, yeah, her friend could come over. I'm dad of the year. So she's a middle schooler now. I think last week when I was streaming, you guys saw her show up. Strolled in. But yeah. Yeah, Grimloader's also on PlayStation VR2. It tired the hell out of me. Legendary Tales is amazing. I loved it. The weird thing is, I kind of enjoyed it more back in the day when it was more of a roguelite. I enjoyed it a little bit more. It had far less content and far less going on. But, yeah, I love you too. I was talking to my daughter. Has your daughter played Half-Life Alyx? Not a chance. She's a chicken, man. She's an absolute chicken. I can't get her to watch like Star Wars. She thinks it's scary. Sometimes she's chicken, sometimes she's not. But I wouldn't let her play Half-Life Alyx. That might ruin her. I'm trying to think. She really doesn't play anything serious in VR. I don't want to scar the kid. We've played Spatial Ops and we run around the backyard shooting each other. She's played Moss. She really loved Astrobot. We played a lot of resolution games, home sports. And she plays a little Beat Saber. Space Pirate Trainer. That's about it. So, George, that's a good list. Government contracts, I'm sure, is going to be good. I think going flat screen with them is helping their overall budget. Aces of Thunder, I'm not sure if I'm going to like it. That's where I'm a little curious. It might just not be my style, but it looks really cool. Forefront looks badass. The only thing is, I don't gravitate towards... Well, first off, let's go back. Triangle Factory is awesome. Hyperdash was my favorite game for a really long time. Hyperdash, and then Breachers, like, great game. Just didn't enjoy it as much because less my style than Hyperdash. That's more of an arena shooter, like, and then you kind of ambush shooter. So you want to like ambush guys, keep moving fast. More my style, more my speed than Breachers. But Forefront looks awesome. I just kind of aged out of competitive shooters. I don't have time to practice to like stay good. And I don't like losing. I like kicking ass. And then like to have a 12-year-old like after a long day of work and then get on and I'm tired and a 12-year-old kick my ass. I'm just not feeling it anymore. Moss 3 would be awesome. But we are getting Glassbreakers. Glassbreakers look solid. You're super non-competitive. I don't know, man. Like I'm less competitive now, but I don't know. Just be a support player in Forefront? Okay. I mean, honestly, I actually like playing support these days because I am a team player. So, like, if I can't carry, so if I can't jump into a DPS style class and carry and just, like, wreck people, I will play support. I will keep the team alive. I'm least likely to play a tank. War Dust. War Dust is, I mean, it's PCVR. That's the problem. Mainly anything that requires random on the internet, I tend to look forward to. Randos. That I'm kind of the opposite these days. No, not World War II shooter. We gotta go Titanfall. I am still, after all these years, so upset we got Medal of Honor Above and Beyond rather than getting Titanfall in VR. I am still so mad. Have I ever mentioned it? No, I don't think War Dust ever came to Quest. No. Nope, I did not miss the knot. I purposely missed it just to make you on the opposite side of me. Titanfall would have slapped in VR. So the early days of VR, the first one to break the mold was Boneworks. The mantra back in the day was never move the player. And Valve was kind of pushing that mantra on us. Because you're going to move the player, you're going to make them sick, they're never going to play VR again. So never move the player. And everything in the beginning was room scale and teleportation, which feels so archaic. But they didn't know all the tricks of the trade back then. And moving in VR was rough. Like the first time I used free locomotion in VR, it's like, whoa, what just happened? Who punched me in the gut? But now it's not even having VR legs. Just like they know so many tricks that VR is so much smoother. How old are you? George, you get the guess. How old am I? CNC Renegade, I actually enjoyed. But when it comes to the series, that's the outcast, man. That's the black sheep. A lot of people were not the biggest fan. But I thought it was fun enough. I hate teleportation. Who doesn't? 44. Trevor, you shit. You got it right on the head. Probably because I've said it before. I wish I was 38. Do I look older or younger without the glasses? Probably older. Okay, Half-Life Alyx almost didn't have smooth locomotion. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, 100%. They put that in pretty late. They also didn't have like the climbing of the ladders and stuff. Let's see. I still gave up to use snap turn. It hurts my eyes. See, like well, thank you, George. I try and take care of myself. So let's see. I still use snap turn because smooth turn makes me nauseous still. It still bothers me. I could play in smooth turn, but after about 45 minutes, I'm like, all right, I'm dizzy. So I don't play in smooth turn. Snap turn it is. I don't know. But these days I physically that's why I'll use my Quest. I'll physically turn. It just gives you better recording. So I will physically turn rather than doing either. Yes, Alyx does move slow, but she moves more realistic slow. But like when I play that now, I do constantly just teleport hop to get a little bit faster. This is one thing I've realized. So I'll mention 1,000 times just so everyone's up to speed, but I am working on a VR game. We have a new studio, and our developers from the Xander, he made Vendetta Forever, solo developer. He made that. He's amazing. Game's coming really, really great. Really excited for it. But the more developers I meet and the more you talk to, you know, you see them like any other field. They spend so much time working they have less free time to experience what's out there. And certain like obvious solutions they might not know. Actually, I don't want this to sound wrong because Xander's been amazing. Like I've never seen someone like, you could go, hey, what about this tweak? And 5 seconds later, it's there. So he is an absolutely amazing developer. But having a wide range of game experience, especially VR knowledge, you know, when sometimes we'll get stuck on a mechanic and I'll be like, well, we could do a variation of what Until You Fall did or what this game did. And it seems I'm the only one who's familiar with that mechanic. So this is what I hope I'm bringing to the table. And this is where I hope, you know, we could find all the mechanics that feel the best. A lot of people don't agree on everything. You know, like, oh, the walking speed's too slow. The walking speed's too fast. I need teleportation. I hate teleportation. Snap turn, smooth turn. So like, there's no subjective, this is definitely the best, or rather objective, this is the best. But I think I have a good sense of at least what the community likes and what I like. And hopefully that equates to something that's going to be awesome. Ninja Guy, you know Xander? I talk to him like every day now. But how I got on that long rant was we were developing something and he keeps making the walk speed so slow. And I'm just like, I need you to crank that walk speed for me. And he's like, why? And I'm like, just please. So he gave me a slider for my walk speed when I'm testing stuff. Because if you want to like explore a large region, you don't want to be walking at a snail's pace, especially if you're testing and want to go through it multiple times. So, Trevor, have fun. Where are you that you're off to the beach? I'm a little jealous, even though it is fantastic out today. You need people with their head close to the ground that are consumers. Yes. So I'll give you a great example of what I was rambling about. Okay. When we played Larcenauts, which was, we did play testing for that internal, which was from Impulse Gear, which was the studio that made the absolutely fantastic Farpoint. I loved Farpoint on PlayStation 1. So they made the hero shooter Larcenauts. And we went in for playtesting, and they did something really weird. So when you run in that game, you would lose control of your hands, and your hands would just do a running motion. And we're like, ew, yuck, that's disgusting. It feels so weird. It feels like we're playing a mod for a flat screen game. And they're like, well, what's the solution? We don't want people like cheating and physically running and shooting at the same time. You know, that's going to throw off the dynamics of the gameplay we made. So when people are shooting, they have to be walking slower. And we just said, well, why don't you do it like every other shooter? And they were like, how? And we're like, force people to point the gun to the floor and that unlocks running. And they were like, that's an amazing idea. And we're like, everyone else does this. How do you not know this? So like that's where it's like, you know, yeah, you need to have your head to the ground or your ear to the ground. Oh, duh. You started the conversation, Trevor, by saying you're in Hawaii. That's right. I want to go off to the beach. Yes, Oni, exactly what you're saying, man. Like, they didn't have... So part of... They balanced the shooter like a flat screen game. And part of the issue with that is one area of the skill gap of a multiplayer game is actually your muscle memory. And like how good you virtually reload a weapon. That's an aspect of the game by design in most cases. And they went out of their way to say, how do we eliminate that issue? Which was not cool. Yeah. Special controller? Was that you're talking about the PlayStation gun controller? I actually only used that a few times in my life. But otherwise, things are going good. I'm probably going to end a little early today. While I'm taking a quick mental recoup here, I'll just ramble off the ads that just come down from the internet into my brain. Today's video is sponsored by Batman Arkham. No, it's not. No, guys, thank you guys for hanging out with me. I'm not leaving just yet, but thank you guys for hanging out, being here. It means a lot. I want to show you guys some stuff. I got some cool stuff I want to show, so don't take off just yet. But I always link everything below. We do game nights on my Discord, so if you're not there, definitely follow my Discord. It's Mateo311, like everything else. Feel free to always DM me, guys, if you have questions or anything. I do my best to answer people, but I'm a chatty Cathy. I like, having a conversation. So feel free to, ask me any questions. Join the Discord. A lot of good people there. Get in on game night. I think the next time we're going to play some Titan Isles. I usually give out some keys, so people get access to these new games for free, which is nice. We've done Zix. We've done the PCVR release, Dungeons of Eternity. It's been going pretty good. I've been consistent for a change. So come join. This is going to be the new stream day. I'm going to stream on Fridays from now on. However, I'm going to go earlier in the day. I'm going to go at 1 instead of 2. So I'm available to actually pick up my daughter. It will be fall and winter before you know it. So I'm not making her walk. As you see, she called a while ago and she's still not home yet. It's like a 15-minute walk. If you are shopping for Quest games, you could always use the code Mateo311, 10% off. And if there's any other deals going on for hardware or games, it'll apply those deals too. So 10% off for you. I get some credit there too. I get a penny. So I go, oh, cool, a penny. And you guys get a game for 10% off. It's pretty awesome. Most other VR websites use the code Mateo311. So it doesn't matter what site you're on, just try Mateo311. It'll probably work. And I am back to the chat. What did Randy ask? On Dungeons of Eternity, do you use teleport, blink, or continuous? Come on, man. We use continuous. Continuous for everything. How does it actually work? Do you actually see people teleporting around? I don't think I've ever played with anyone who teleports in that game. Promo code for my OnlyFans is Mateo Dragon a Wagon 4. Why 4? I don't know. But that's the code. Someone write it in chat so everyone has it. Okay, just asking. No, I didn't take offense if it sounded like that, Randy. I'm just saying, like, I know some people are like wheelchair bound and stuff like that, so they're gonna use different means. I mean, you could still use free locomotion, but I know different people just don't have VR legs, whatever the case may be. Is there any game you would specifically tell someone not to buy? Well, that's a good spicy question, but I don't think I've played anything in years, which is like, holy crap, that is not worth your money. That is terrible. Anyone else? Can anyone else answer that question? I mean, shit, man. What games would you say no, steer clear? So there was a Rift before Rift XR. There was a Rift game way back when, which was like, it wanted to be like a Guitar Hero. It sucked. That game was really bad. And I told people not to spend their money on that. Oh, the Quest version of Hitman is rough. If you have a choice between Civ 7 on any other platform and Civ 7 on Quest, I would get it on any other platform before the Quest. What they added doesn't enhance the game. What you lost takes away. Unlike Besiege, which is better in VR. I have an RTX 5090. The controls feel better in VR. It looks just as good. The physics run fine. So I'm kind of just thinking, don't buy Horizon Worlds. It's free. Oh, it's funny I mentioned Civ 7 and you didn't, before I even noticed you asked about it. I was wondering about buying Dungeons of Eternity on Steam, but already have it on Quest 3. So it's tough to recommend, say, oh, buy it again. It's like, I don't know. It's like buying the special edition. Like you've seen a Star Wars movie 100 times, you have it in 4K. Well, let's say you have it in DVD. Do you want to buy the 4K Blu-ray special edition? Do you want to spend the extra money for the 4K Blu-ray special edition? Even though there's nothing really special added at all. It's just a little snazzier. Depending on your hardware, it's going to look a lot nicer. Potentially run a lot better. Feel a lot better. Same game. And you can carry over your stats, which is really nice. Like I was like, oh, I'm never going to play it on PC if I can't carry over my gear and my unlocks and my level. And sure enough, it's not the easiest system, but you can do it in like 5 minutes. Yeah, definitely not Hitman on Quest. That's rough. Yeah, you want a decent, like it's hard to say because everyone's PC is different. Your PC could be good and still run like shit. So it's hard for me to say, yeah, definitely get it on PC. It's going to be worth it. I can't say. I don't know what you're rocking. You could have an RTX 2050 in your machine for all I know. I don't know. But if you got the badass machine and money to burn and you like the game, it's worth it. How's that sound? Sound good? Sounds good to me. All right, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, I expected my kid to be home by now, so I'm getting slightly antsy. So I'm going to wrap up the stream. I'm just going to spend lots of minutes on. If you have any last questions, get them in now. I'll do my last minute wrap up. And then we'll talk about how good life is. We'll talk about whatever you want. Red Matter 2 is amazing, but again, I wouldn't say it's for everyone. So yeah, guys, thank you guys for being here. It always means a lot to me. The best thing you could do to help support my channel is thumbs up. If you didn't thumbs up this video yet, do it right now. Thumbs up my other videos. Leave your comments, even if you like disagree with me. If I screwed something up, you thought I screwed something up. Just leave your comments. That does so much for the channel. That's the best thing you guys can do. It helps me grow, helps me spread, helps VR grow. We're going to do some cool stuff moving into the end of 2025 into 2026. Obviously, we're going to be promoting the game more that I'm working on, hoping to get you guys into some early access, so be on the lookout for that. If you're not subscribed, subscribe right now, turn on those notifications. And just again, thank you guys for your support. I do have a link. I'll drop the link. I should have the link ready. So I keep a running link. I update it just about every week, which is right now there's really no big deals going on. But if there is a good deal going on, you could always find it on this link. I will get it right here. I think this is it. It's taking its sweet time to load up. That's not it. I screwed up. All right, let me get the drive. You know what? If I had like people in the chat who like helped me and stuff, that'd be cool. I need one of those one day. One of those people who helps. See, I'm on the wrong site. That's why I can't find my link. All right, here's the link, guys. I'll drop it for you guys. So it's a Google Docs. Boom. Oh, I said I wanted to show you guys something. Alexa, turn on the table light. And then we'll go. Oh, it's not responding because I turned the switch off. Come follow me. Don't follow me. I'll show you next time. I'll show you really quick and then we'll go and I'll say thank you again. But here. If you guys do follow the channel a lot, you might know that I am a big D&D nerd. Haven't been playing lately. However, my setup keeps getting better and better. The only time I've been playing is when I travel with VR, and I've been getting VR content creators and playing D&D with them. I played with Genghis, Tigris, Otter, my manager, and VR Central last time, and it was a lot of fun. But yeah, so I'm printing like a maniac. Here's a beholder. I got a huge dragon, Dragolich. It's been awesome. But thank you guys for hanging out. Don't forget to use code Mateo311 on all the VR sites, and check out that link because there's always some good deals running, whatever hardware I recommend, all that stuff. Thank you guys. It's been fun. I'm doing the end of the screen, and boom. And that was today's stream, guys. Thank you so much. I wouldn't be here without you. You guys mean the world to me. I hope I did a good job answering all of your questions. And if you want to help support me, the easiest ways are always to leave a comment, throw a thumbs up, subscribe, or if you're one of those crazy people who likes to burn money on me, why not use one of my affiliate links for a discount on some accessories? Maybe become a Patreon or YouTube member. And finally, I have a merch shop with items that no one has ever bought before. Again, thanks for hanging out, guys, and of course, I'll see you all.